what's going on YouTube? So pretty much this video is going to be about why exactly Hayabusa is absolutely fucking ridiculous. There's been a lot of talk about, you know, tiers and like where characters fall on the tier list, and you know, just Hayabusa in general, like people arguing why, you know, how can this character be so good. So I'm not going to go into a crazy amount of detail with a lot of stuff because a lot of it is common sense, but I will talk about some of the main things. Let me turn this off really quick. So first and foremost, Hayabusa is a moderately quick character, which means that he has a 10 frame jab, okay? But the only thing he suffers from is his fastest mid is going to be 13 frames, which is going to be his forward punch. So he has a 13 frame forward punch where traditionally striker characters have 12 and 10. So 12 frame forward punches and 10 frame jabs. Now, the reason why Hayabusa has a 13 frame mid is because he's a grappler character. So he has a 6 frame forward throw and a 4 frame neutral throw, which means if something's -5, he can neutral throw punish it. If something's -7, he can forward throw punish it, whereas normal characters have 7 frame forward throws, so if something's -7, they cannot throw punish it guaranteed. He's one of the characters in the game along with Tina and Lisa, you know, grappler characters that have the faster throws. So why does Hayabusa have grappler speed throws and you know, striker speed attacks, which no one knows why, but he has a 10 frame jab, which makes it so that he can contest with a lot of the strikers in the game. So that's one of the main reasons why he's good. You know, not one of the biggest reasons, but that's one of the main reasons. The second reason, I'm not even going to number them because there's no numbers. There's just so many good reasons. He has great tracking. His back punch is 15 frames, and it's a complete tracking move followed up by another tracking move. Okay, then he has the mid option. He's got the mid kick option. He's got the high option. Okay, so he has all these options off of one mid. You know what I mean? And it's tracking. It's a tracking move. So that's really good. His tracking is really solid all around. He's got a sweep. So yeah, you guys get the track. It's good. Also, he has an offensive hold. So for those of you that don't know what an offensive hold is, I'm going to set him to react strike. I'm going to set him to do a mid punch. I should be able to do this. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm going to need him to do something a little slower. We'll do mid kick. It's not going to work with that either. Damn, that shit is super slow. Let me see if I can do one more thing. Hold on. Alright, we'll just do sidestep then. So as you guys know, offensive holds pretty much beat strikes if the opponent's at enough disadvantage. So it'll kind of like grab your opponent out of an animation. And it's called an offensive hold because obviously it has hold properties, but you're using it offensively and not defensive. You know what I mean? So it'll stop a sidestep. It'll stop blocking. It'll stop blocking, sidestep. It'll stop somebody from hitting buttons from disadvantage. And yeah, it's just really good. And a lot of characters in the game don't have them. Now back in DOA4, every character, or almost every character, had an offensive hold. Hayabusa is still one of the characters in this game, one of the few characters in this game that have one, as a fucking grappler. So you have to do down forward, back, or down forward, back, or whatever way you want to do it. But it's good because as you can see, it stops sidestepping. You're going to get a counter hold on there. So, you know, offensive holds don't have high counter properties, but you can get counter damage off it. So as you can see, I'm getting counter damage off of that because of that. So it's good. So if someone's massive from disadvantage, so let's just say I go like this, right? And he's trying to like, I'll show you right now why it's so good. Reaction, strike. So you know, you guys know how if you go to strike someone, or if you go to throw, if you guys know how if you go to grab somebody out of stun and they hit you, you're going to get mashed out and you're going to get stunned. With this, as you can see, okay, I'm stopping him from mashing from disadvantage. So that's really good. I'm not really taking the risk. That's forcing him to crouch in that situation. Okay, so that's really good to be able to have as Hayabusa. Let's see. So what else has he got? He's got really good range, so his range is really good. This move is obviously unsafe here. A lot of his moves are really bad from range because they're unsafe. Like this covers a lot of ground, completely unsafe. This covers a lot of ground, which leads to a bound, but it's completely unsafe again. He has a lot of other moves that cover ground. It's really good. This move right here crushes high 3-3P. It goes into his Nimbo spans, which open up all his other options. And what do you call it? So yeah, his range is good. This move is good because it goes into Nimbo, and you gotta respect the follow-up after because he can track you, he can grab you, you know, he can do anything he wants out of that shit. And he can also obviously go into stance, so he can get over here and then come out of stance and hit you trying to hit a button. He's got so many great things right there. So range is good. He's got this teleport shit where you can come out of the sky and crush all your attacks, press your wake up kick, do all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like he can crush you out of this fucking stance. He's got a teleport, which isn't super good, but it's still useful. I keep doing that because I think I'm playing Tekken. So he's got the headbutt out of it. This headbutt crushes highs. Why do I keep doing that? Thinking this is Tekken. This headbutt crushes highs. Dude, what the hell? Why? How do you reset the stage in this game? It's L. So headbutt crushes highs. And you know, Hayabusa is just really good as far as his strikes go. He has good crushes, he's got good strikes, and you know, again, his crushes I can't say enough about him because you know. So let's talk about his crushes. So this move right here is arguably one of the best moves in the entire game. The reason why is because as you can see, you see where it says status right there, and it says jumping. So pretty much if he's jumping, okay, which means he's airborne. If you hit him out of this, he's literally just gonna fall to the fucking ground. So as long as, you know, let me try something. So as long as Hayabusa is 0, okay? As long as he's 0, or I think you can make it a little more negative than that, but let's just say I do this on one hit and I get 0. If he tries to forward punch me, you see how it just happened right there? Now I may look like, oh, you got hit. But what's really happening right there is I'm actually getting a wake-up kick and resetting the situation for no cost at all. So like I'm doing this, and I'm doing handstand, and yeah, he may hit me, but how much damage did that do? What was that, 5%? When I get a wake-up kick now, and you have to guess, you know what I'm saying? So like this move is so fucking good. That's why you'll see Master a lot of the times, he'll start the round, and you're like, why the fuck is he handstanding me? So not only is he falling to the ground if you actually hit him out of the shit, right? But then on top of that, okay, it crushes you. So if you do get hit by this shit, it puts you in a lift stun on normal hit. Okay, and then it has access to the bound right there, so you can follow up with that, with this. You can go into shit like this. So like it's just super good. This move is super good. He's airborne. It puts you in a lift on normal hit. On counter hit, it's gonna launch you, which means when counter hit, he can fucking open you up and fucking send you across the map into a fucking danger zone or something. So that's another reason why it's good. Another reason why it's good is because of this move right here. This, as you can see, status again, he's jumping. So what that means, okay, is that fucking, so like, it's different with this one. So, like, if I do this and I try to do that, obviously I'm going to get stunned. But I'm going to show you what makes 6K really good right there. As you can see, right, it calls this lift stun. It puts you in a lift stun where there's no stagger escape, so I'm plus 33 right there. So I'm going to show you guys some crazy shit. Watch this. Because he's jumping and because it's a lift stun, and because of the damage, it's gonna out prioritize a wake up kick because of the damage. So I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me show you guys a low wake up kick, right? Watch this. Let me show you again. I suck at timing it, man. I'm really good at it. You see what just happened right there? You see how I beat his entire wake up kick out, effortlessly, almost effortlessly. Look how consistent that shit is. I'm getting a lift stun off of that. That is beyond me. It's almost effortlessly I'm getting a lift stun. It's fucking crazy. Look how nuts that is. Isn't that fucking crazy, dude? So like, I can sit on your wake up, bam, I just got that 6 times in a row, effortlessly. Now the mid kick is a little easier to beat. I mean a little harder to beat, but it's possible. You can beat the mid kicks as well. Look at that shit. Look at it. Wake up kicks do not exist against this character. It's crazy. Isn't that some shit right there? Isn't that some shit? Look at that. Lift stun. Oh, I almost had it. Lift stun. Watch. Lift stun. Oh, I did it. I messed up it again. Lift stun. And then you're eating all this shit. Isn't that some bullshit right there? Oh my god, that's crazy. So Hayabusa is one of the only characters in the game that can do that shit. Okay, so 6K is godlike. Also, Hayabusa has access to the almighty Azuna drop. Okay, now while it doesn't do that much damage on normal or even on high counter when you do the regular Azuna drop, okay, it still does pretty good amount of damage, but this throw opens you up to get moved into an environmental somewhere. So like, you can do some shit like this and then get knocked into that, you know what I'm saying? So like, that opens you up for all of this, literally. That Azuna drop throw opens you up for all this shit. So he's got a super launcher throw. Everybody knows super launcher throws are really good. Hayate's got one, Rig's got one. You know, Rig and Hayate, I already said them characters. Yeah, so they have super launcher throws. Hayabusa has one as well. Okay, so what else makes this character good? Last but not least, okay, what makes this character so OD? I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put this shit on max. So Hayabusa has always taken advantage of the DOA system better than any character for some reason. He's always been able to take advantage of the system better than almost every character in the game effortlessly. I'm not sure if Team Ninja is trying to do that on purpose or what, but I want to show you guys what's about to happen here. Now, hopefully I can get this the first time. Alright, here it is. It's actually irritating because I can do this combo in matches, but I can't do it in time practice, so it always happens like that. There it is, alright. There it is. So that just did 261 damage, and that wasn't even counter hit. Okay, he is one of the only characters in the game, if not the only character in the game, that's going to get that much damage on a danger zone. Okay, that shit doesn't even make sense, bro. Hayate can't even touch that, and the reason why it's so good is because Hayabusa is able to do all that to you without adding up the hit counter, which means you guys know that combos in this game you can only go up to 30 hits. That wasn't even a 30 hit combo just now. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? So let me do a stun. Let me do a stun setup into it. Hold on. Let me put it on. I'll put it on counter hit this time. Because most likely not counter hit. I'm gonna put it on high counter. Where's counter hit? Here, I'm gonna put it on high counter. So let's just say you get somebody to hold, right? Let me do it this way. There it is. Oh my god! See how the game is turning her that way. There it is. So this is high counter. Look at this shit on high counter. This doesn't make any sense. So in high counter, he's dead, pretty much. So if you fuck around and counter, so let's just say Hayabusa stuns you when you hold, okay? You're dead. If he stuns you when you hold, you're dead because that extra 12 points is what I needed to kill you. So what's going on? What's going on? Just way better. How you doing, man? So and last but not least, this is the kicker of it right here. This is the kicker of all things. Now, hopefully, this doesn't take me too long to get, but I want to show you guys how much damage Hayabusa gets on high counter with this move. Wait, why did that do that? That was weird. I should never said it. Was that high counter? People ask why I don't play Hayabusa. This is why. So it's not doing it right for some reason. The game is like resetting her life bar, and it shouldn't be. But you guys get it. Look at the combo damage. That hold does 140 damage. That's 40% of their life bar because the life bar is only 300. Why does a character have a hold that does 140 damage? That's 40% of somebody's life bar. The only character in the game that has a hold that does that much damage. So I just need you guys to understand those are the main reasons why Hayabusa is that good. There's so many other reasons, but for those that are asking what makes this character so good, that's why. Alright. Yeah, video game, you still around? Alright, let's do some DOA6.